Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Monday. Hey, baby, how you doing?
I am awesome. How are you doing?
It's a Movie Star Monday, so I'm doing awesome as well. And today is a Movie Star Monday classic. We are going to be visiting with Mitzi Gaynor. Mitzi Gaynor is an actress who has been in a bunch of great films, going all the way back to the 1950s. There's No Business Like Show Business. That's one of them. She's in many other movies with Marilyn Monroe and with a bunch of other very awesome people. The movie South Pacific. A lot of cool stuff. So super excited to visit with Mitzi Gaynor coming up here later in the program. You ready for our quote for this Monday?
Absolutely.
All right. Our Movie Star Monday quote is not from a movie star. It is from Amy Poehler. I guess she's been in movies too, hasn't she? Okay. It says, "I just love bossy women. I could be around them all day. To me, bossy is not a derogative term at all. It means somebody's passionate and engaged and ambitious and doesn't mind learning." So there you go. I like that too.
Bossy means they don't mind learning. I would completely disagree with that.
But they know what they want. So there you go.
Yeah, they know what they want, but they're not open to learning.
Thanks for listening on this Movie Star Monday.
John and Heidi.
There are monthly subscriptions for razors and coffee and many other things, but this is the best monthly subscription ever. Ladies, listen up. Odiva has a monthly subscription for your monthly visitor. You know it's going to happen every month, and how many times have you been caught off guard? Odiva will send you a box discreetly each month with the products you want, with plans starting at less than $4 a month. Get a special offer right now at radiosavings.com, helping women prepare for their monthly visitor for less. Try it now at radiosavings.com.
John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask. It's Monday, March the 26th. Today is Epilepsy Awareness Day, also known as Purple Day. So wear purple if you happen to be wearing purple. That's awesome. Thanks for doing that. National Nougat Day, which I never thought about it before, but yeah, they deserve their own day. Do you like nougat?
Yeah.
Like candy bars with nougat?
Yeah, like the Baby Ruth has nougat.
I've never had anything with nougat that was not a candy bar. I mean, I've never had turkey with nougat. I've never had pizza with nougat. I think nougat is kind of pretty much primarily just used in candy. Unless somebody knows of other nougat recipes that I'm not sure
What
of.
a bizarre
It was just
observation.
It was an observation. Also, National Spinach Day. You know what I've never had with spinach? Nougat. Not once. Although today could be the day.
I do like spinach.
I'll take the
very, very much.
spinach nougat salad. I don't think I'll find that anywhere. It is a silly Monday. It is Movie Star Monday. Thanks for listening on this 26th day of March.
John and Heidi.
Sadly, more than 350 million people suffer from depression. Scientifically, your actual brain chemistry levels are affected. Now a breakthrough, safe and natural, non-prescription coffee product has been shown to help. It elevates levels of dopamine, serotonin, and endorphins in the brain, which makes you happier. Just by drinking this special cup of coffee, many reported elevated mood, feeling more connected, having greater energy, clarity, and focus. Try it for yourself at firstcupisfree.com. Get a free sample at firstcupisfree.com.
John and Heidi.
Coming up, we've got your brain on drugs, but first, a study from Emory University found that getting a window seat is the best way to avoid catching the flu if you're on an airplane. Now, didn't we just talk about this? We just talked about it doesn't matter where you sit as long as you're not right next to somebody that's sick. So apparently there's a lot of different groups doing a lot of different studies about getting sick on airplanes these days. They say sitting by the window is the best way to avoid getting the flu bug.
Well, yeah, of course, because you can open the window and get a nice ventilation going through.
You can't open the window. What kind of airplanes are you flying on? I ain't never seen one of those. All right, coming up, we got your brain on drugs. That's on the way.
John and Heidi.
Each day at this time, we talk about people doing dumb things under the influence, but addiction is no laughing matter. If you or someone you know needs help, there's a toll-free number you can call.
1-800-438-0380.
That's the Addiction Hope and Helpline.
1-800-438-0380.
And this is your brain on drugs. A Florida store owner arrested for selling kits to make meth. That's not good. A convenience store clerk finds himself in hot water for selling kits to cook meth in Florida. The police say 44-year-old Sabriali Sabowala, I probably got that wrong, I'm sorry, the owner of the Big and Little store, was selling household lye, lighter fluid, cold
Oh,
packs,
my gosh.
and lithium batteries all together as a kit for the sole purpose of manufacturing meth. Investigators also found glass pipes that were being sold to ingest meth. He was charged with possession or distribution of listed chemicals, prescription drugs without a prescription, possession of listed chemicals, and retail distribution of drug paraphernalia.
Oh, my gosh.
He was transported to the correctional facility and awaits his first appearance. So there you go. What do you get for somebody that has everything? Apparently a meth kit. That's what you get. I don't know. Probably not. It's a bad idea. That's why this is...
I can't even believe that.
Yeah,
I mean,
no
if
kidding.
one of those kids would have blown themselves up
Bad
trying
idea.
to make that crap.
Bad idea. That is why this is your brain on drugs.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, the producers of the new Mr. Rogers documentary, Won't You Be My Neighbor, released their first trailer last week. Have you seen that?
I have not seen that.
Are you a fan of Mr. Rogers?
I loved Mr.
So
Rogers.
did I. I thought he was, and I think it would be hard to find anybody that says, I just don't like the guy.
Right.
I mean, how could you
not like him?
And if you don't, you might want to check your pulse and see if your heart's beating, because you might not be human. Everybody likes Mr. Rogers.
You're a very bad person.
Well, not necessarily. Maybe they just don't
how
like.
could you not like him?
I don't know.
I mean, I could see you don't love the show. That's
Yeah.
one thing. But to say I don't like him.
I
I hope he's rotting in hell.
Would
That
you-
would be a bad
that could be bad.
sign for you.
Would you think that it would have been awesome to be his neighbor?
Oh, of course.
I think so too. Again, new
I'd
documentary.
buy him a sweater at Christmas.
Well, his mother made those sweaters. Hey, Charlie Rose is in the news. He
Did you
accidentally.
see the guy who played Bozo the Clown died?
I saw that. That was last week.
Yes,
So sad to
I
hear
know.
that too.
I had breakfast with him every morning.
Did you really?
I did.
Did he have breakfast with you too?
Yes.
No,
technically.
he didn't. No, he didn't. He just threw balls into the. What was that? The grand prize game. And there's a lot of kids right now going, what is that?
Always wanted to be one of those home contestants.
Did you
and
ever
they never
play-
drew. I registered many times, sent in the little postcards to go in the big drum, and they never drew my
Did
name.
you ever play the grand prize game at home? Did you make your own?
Oh, yeah.
I
we
did
used
that
to.
too.
Yeah.
I think it makes you a kid. Charlie Rose in the news. He accidentally wandered into a screening of a movie about the Me Too movement. That was a week ago today. He's still hasn't been seen since.
Wow.
No, he has. I just think that's really kind of sad. Big screen, little screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com.
John and Heidi.
You can go to college without student loans. Do you have a kid in 11th or 12th grade or in college? Let me save you time, energy, and most importantly, your hard-earned money. My name is Matthew Einstein, and I earned my undergraduate degree from the University of Texas and my master's from Prescott College with no loans. And I was an all-around average student. Not only am I a living example, but I have 10 years of proven results, not guesswork. Take my first course for free that walks you through my journey by going to learnwithoutloans.com.
Now, your scoop of the day, courtesy of firstcupisfree.com. Heidi, I have not gone through to edit all of this stuff and chop it down like I usually do, so hopefully it's not mass chaos right now. If it is, it's my fault. Study by Slick Buys found the average American spends about $5,400 a year on impulse buys. It's a lot of money.
You know what? I don't
impulse
really
buys.
impulsively buy much of anything. Unless I'm at Dollar Tree, then it's like all bets are off. But if I'm in any other store,
At least it's only $1 when you
how
do it that
long
way.
do I walk around carrying the same
Yeah.
thing? And 9 times out of 10, I'll put it down and I'll shop elsewhere, see if I can find it cheaper.
And she'll come out after an hour. I'll be in the car for an hour waiting. She comes walking out with nothing. I'm like, what? Where's your stuff? No, I didn't get anything. I'm like, you were in there for an hour. I'm like, yeah, I know.
It was only 25% off. I think I
I'll
can
come
do
back.
better than
I'm
that.
like, yeah, I won't be with when you come back. Just so you know. Moving right along, a story that's just bizarre. A 16-year-old Pennsylvania girl went missing 2 weeks ago. She was found at the end of last week on a romantic getaway with her best friend's dad. They went to Mexico together.
Gross.
They're back in the States now. That is a bizarre story. Very bizarre story. I wish I could say it is the most bizarre story, but it's not, because you know what? We have a lot of bizarre stories. Over 4,000.
That'd be like you taking off with our daughter's friend.
Yeah, not going to happen. And that's
How
almost exactly because we
weird.
have a daughter that's 16, so it would be
Yes.
just like that. That's not going to happen, though. So all of my daughter's friends listening, I'm so sorry to disappoint you. That's not going to happen. I don't think there's a single one of
Gonna
them
have
was
to
like,
move on.
oh, shucks. So you're telling me there's not a chance. Thank you, John. Yeah, that would be bad.
Their hopes and dreams have all just been dashed.
A survey by the Spectrum Financial Group found that 700,000 United States citizens became millionaires in 2017. I'm going to double check the list to see if our name is on there, but I don't think so.
I don't think so.
So 700,000 citizens became millionaires. So
That's
there's others that
pretty
were
great.
already, but that's a lot of millionaires. So you could,
Land of opportunity.
if you could spare a few bucks, just keep some people in mind.
Capitalism is a
That's
beautiful
cool.
thing.
That's very cool. A study commissioned by Visit Anaheim found that American families spend just 37 minutes of quality time together each day. So only 37 minutes per day of quality time. The rest of the time, they're staring at a screen. So do we spend 37 quality minutes together each day, Heidi?
Probably not even.
I think so, sometimes.
No, you do not. I know you don't. I
37
mean, when I
quality
force everybody to leave their phones away from the dinner table, like we get dinner time, but
They're
that's
like-
about it.
They're like twitching. What's going on? I just... I heard some sort of notification. Somebody said something to me on Instagram. I got to find out what's going on. I turned all the notifications off on my phone, honestly. So for people, even my ringer, once in a while, I'll leave that off for a while.
When we all go into the hot tub together, that's
cool. Yeah,
about
it's
as quality time as we get.
Our son tries to bring his phone in there, and I'm like, no, you cannot bring your phone. Sit it over there. Put it far, far away. You're not doing that. Drop your phone in the hot tub. And one last thing here. Britney Spears has been named the new face of Paris-based clothing company Kenzo. It's a French company out of Paris, and I guess they were looking for a new person to be. I don't know who the old face was, but Britney is the new face, the new spokesperson for that. That's kind of cool. I'm happy for her.
Yeah.
She needs some good news. We just read where Kevin Federline was asking for more
Child support.
and put no, what do you call it?
What a loser. Take care of your own kids.
Don't call him that.
Why? What a
Because-
loser.
No, Heidi. Her name is Heidi. Heidi.
He's already getting, I guarantee you, he's already getting thousands
I don't
and
know.
thousands and thousands of dollars a month. And there are people in this country, men in this country, who are raising their kids that are trying to get by on maybe $200 a month, if even. So I don't feel sorry for the man. I'm sorry. If he can't support his kids on the amount of money he's currently getting, he's a loser.
All right. Well, with all of that fun stuff, we're going to move on. Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
Radio really works. That's a pretty bold statement, but it's true. If you advertise on the radio the right way, you'll see results. I've said for years, advertising costs money, but effective advertising makes money. The only difference between spending money and making money is that one word, effective. Let us help you make your advertising more effective. Learn more at RadioReallyWorks.com. We do radio jingles and creative ads to help you get better results with the money you're already spending. Hear examples at RadioReallyWorks.com. That's RadioReallyWorks.com.
John and Heidi.
Thanks for listening on this Movie Star Monday. We have a Movie Star Monday from way back in the day. We have Mitzi Gaynor. She is a star from the silver screen during the golden age of Hollywood. Mitzi, thanks for joining us today.
I'm terrific, darling. How are you?
Very, very good. And we're super excited to have you on the program. Now, Mitzi, how did you get in the business? For people that have heard the name Mitzi Gaynor and they maybe have seen you in the movies, how did you get into the movie business? How does that happen?
I was on the stage for about 5 years before I got into the movies. And Cole Porter wanted me to go into a new show. He was going to do a new show. And I went on to audition for him. And he said, what are you going to sing for me? I said, I want to sing You're at the Top. He said, what key? And I told him, and he said, I can't play it, man. I said, what? You wrote it, didn't you? He said, yes, ma'am. I said, well, play it. So then anyway, I did it a cappella. He said, you got the job. And then it was be a movie star, a booby star. Every young girl wants to be a booby star.
Yeah.
Or go into the theater. And I chose being a booby star.
Now, what year was that first movie that you were in? What year did that come out at the box office?
1950.
And think about how different things are today compared to back then. I think that was a simpler time, really, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Everything was kind of easy and fun. And
Would you even want to get into this mess today? If you were a kid today, would you even want to be a part of this business today?
I have to be, dear. It's my mother and father were both in business. My mother was a dancer. My aunt was a dancer. My father was a very famous musician. I just had to. That's all. Like Little Eva, I grew.
And now the neat thing is there's a lot of movies that you've done that people have seen over and over and over, but the Christmas specials, they didn't get a chance to see those over and over and over because they were only on live on television back in the 60s and 70s, and they didn't really get a chance to see those over and over again.
I think you're just wonderful for saying all of this because it's so true. A lot of people don't know what goes on.
How much time was put into creating the specials? Because, when it airs, it's just a half hour, whatever it takes to air it. But there had to be, hundreds of hours in planning and preparing. How long does it take to put that together?
Oh, it took about 8 months.
Wow. So when you first start singing about Christmas, it's probably nice and hot outside, I suppose.
Well, I was working in Lake Tahoe at Terrace up there. They called and said, we're going to do the show. Would you like to do it? And Jack said, sure. So it was my first show. So I said, but Daddy, can I do it? I called Jack Daddy. He called me Yummy. Yeah, we were married 52 years before he died.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, very nice. And I miss him, especially since he had such a great thing to do with my career. And he created this whole thing. So we wanted Cyril Richard to do Captain Hook. And, I can't think of the other guy's name. Isn't that terrible?
Of all the different Christmas specials that you had a chance to put together, is there a moment that stands out in your mind as, boy, this was my favorite Mitzi Gaynor moment right here?
Oh, yes. I think maybe I got to turn on the lights at Rockefeller Center.
That would be pretty darn cool.
Very cool, especially since it was kind of a mod dress. And I had white boots on and a little white mink coat up above my knees. Ladies are going to love the clothes.
Oh, yeah. Because the style that you're wearing then, that's back in style again now.
I know it. How do you know things like that? You're not supposed to know stuff like that.
Hey, I've got a wife and a daughter. I have to know those things.
Good.
Again, been visiting with Mitzi Gaynor, and we're super excited to have Mitzi on the program with us here. Mitzi, of all the songs you've had a chance to sing over the years, what is your favorite song to sing?
Oh, Guess I'm in Love with a Wonderful Guy.
Oh, yeah.
South Pacific. That was my Ne Plus Ultra.
So that's the one that stands out as your favorite.
Yep.
That's a good favorite.
It is indeed.
Well, Mitzi, we absolutely appreciate you taking the time to chat with us today.
Thank you, dear. I loved it.
Again, Mitzi Gaynor has been our guest today on this Movie Star Monday. Thanks for listening to The John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
In a world that constantly tells you you're not good enough,
12 easy ways to lose weight now.
it's easy to start believing that. I'm Amanda Johnson. I have a new perspective on the self-help genre. My book, Becoming Enough, A Heroine's Journey to the Already Perfect Self, will guide you to find your own happiness. Learn to block out the distractions of what the world thinks and learn to be happy with who you truly are. Becoming Enough. Available now on Amazon or learn more at amandajohnson.tv.
John and Heidi.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
The Olympic flag colors are always red, black, blue, green, and yellow rings on a white field, and that's because at least one of those colors appears on the flag of every single nation on the planet. So if you've ever wondered why those rings, it's because all of those rings together create like every nation on the planet.
Right.
So you're going to find unity, and those rings are all connected together for that reason. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
The average lifespan of a Major League Baseball, not a player, but the ball itself, how long do you suppose that ball gets used in the major leagues?
I would say maybe not even a full game.
You're right, less than one game. It's 7 pitches. So after 7 pitches, that ball is retired, and they bring in a different one.
Yeah.
So, meanwhile, when I was a kid, we would play baseball.
You'd
It would
have that
last
same ball
9
for-
or 10 years
Yeah.
until somebody hit it over the fence and we couldn't find it. That's how long it would last. A couple of fun facts right there, courtesy of LearnWithoutLoans.com.
John and Heidi.
Sadly, more than 350 million people suffer from depression. Scientifically, your actual brain chemistry levels are affected. Now a breakthrough, safe and natural, non-prescription coffee product has been shown to help. It elevates levels of dopamine, serotonin, and endorphins in the brain, which makes you happier. Just by drinking this special cup of coffee, many reported elevated mood, feeling more connected, having greater energy, clarity, and focus. Try it for yourself at firstcupisfree.com. Get a free sample at firstcupisfree.com.
John and Heidi.
Time now for the grandiloquent word of the day, and the word today is Mozust. Mozust, and it's spelled M-O-T-J-U-S-T-E. There's M-O-T space J-U-S-T-E. Mozust. What do you think Mozust means?
I have no idea.
It is a noun. It is the word or phrase that is exactly right for a particular situation. So, Then there's a sentence. I spent over a week agonizing over the ever-elusive mot juste that would meticulously express to my former boss just how I felt about him. As it turns out, bugger off, you bloody wanker, worked out just fine.
Wow.
So I believe
that escalated quickly.
Must be from another country. 'Cause
England.
If you said that around here, most people wouldn't even know that was all me. And they're like, thank you. That was very nice of you.
Yeah, have a nice day.
All right. You have a good day, too. Would you like me to get you some coffee? All right. This is your grandiloquent word of the day.
John and Heidi.
You can go to college without student loans. Do you have a kid in 11th or 12th grade or in college? Let me save you time, energy, and most importantly, your hard-earned money. My name is Matthew Einstein, and I earned my undergraduate degree from the University of Texas and my master's from Prescott College with no loans. And I was an all-around average student. Not only am I a living example, but I have 10 years of proven results, not guesswork. Take my first course for free that walks you through my journey by going to learnwithoutloans.com.
Time now for some weird news brought to you by FirstCupIsFree.com. 24-year-old Philadelphia man Abdallah Al-Wadaina, I probably said it wrong, he's in custody, but he was reportedly smuggling 369 cartons of untaxed cigarettes and then decided at the time he was doing that to drive 130 miles an hour.
Oh, that's smart.
About 1 a.m. last Tuesday, he was clocked by troopers going over 90 in a 55-mile-per-hour zone in his Lincoln MKZ. Then made a bunch of improper lane movements, didn't stop until they tried to pull him over. Finally, he was going at one point over 130 miles an hour. Police say after 3 unsuccessful spike strip attempts, they were able to deploy.
Wow.
So this guy didn't want to stop. 369 cartons of untaxed cigarettes and unstamped cigarettes, about $40,000 worth of contraband smokes, by the way.
That's
is
insane.
What he had. He's awaiting arraignment right now, so there you go. That's just a weird story. I mean, that's just a bizarre story.
A lot going on there.
Yeah, it is a lot going on. This is your weird news, courtesy of FirstCupIsFree.com.
John and Heidi.
Now your moment of duh, courtesy of LearnWithoutLoans.com. From the great state of Florida, a group of underage spring breakers were arrested Saturday for drinking alcohol and were photographed smiling on a bus as they were being taken into jail. So they're underage, they're drinking, taking photos. Anyway, 14 kids arrested for underage drinking. This was on the St. Patrick's Day time frame. Was amid their celebration. In a photo tweeted by deputies, some of the shackled spring breakers flashed big grins. One girl even appeared to pose with her handcuffs. The sheriff's department reminded the community through Twitter that they have zero tolerance for underage drinking because 21 is the law. So there you go. They got in trouble. They were doing this all in public, underage, and then when they got caught, they thought it was funny. So I doubt they're going to think it's funny for long.
I was caught.
Did you? Yeah, I never did that. You know, I'm not going to say that I was perfect.
Whatever. You never drank underage.
When
you
I
are
did,
such a liar.
When I did, I was with my dad, who was an alcoholic, and you know, we didn't go driving and goofing off and doing any of that kind of stuff. So no, I'm not perfect by any means. I'm a long ways from it, but I didn't get in trouble for that. Thank goodness.
Didn't get in trouble. That's probably the way you should phrase it.
That's a much better way to say it.
I got caught because I had a stupid friend.
Yeah. Thanks.
Otherwise, I would have been fine.
If it wasn't for you pesky kids and the dog blaming on Scooby. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
In a world that constantly tells you you're not good enough,
12 easy ways to lose weight now.
it's easy to start believing that. I'm Amanda Johnson. I have a new perspective on the self-help genre. My book, Becoming Enough, A Heroine's Journey to the Already Perfect Self, will guide you to find your own happiness. Learn to block out the distractions of what the world thinks and learn to be happy with who you truly are. Becoming Enough, available now on Amazon, or learn more at amandajohnson.tv.
More weird news right now, courtesy of FirstCupIsFree.com. A fast food fiasco in Wisconsin where a woman attacked a McDonald's worker for getting the wrong breakfast sandwich.
This happens a lot.
It is so bizarre. People, calm down. It's just a sandwich. I mean, seriously? She ordered a bacon breakfast sandwich at a drive-thru in Wisconsin, was mistakenly given a sausage sandwich instead. She became angry and hit the employee in the back with a food bag. Closed caption TV footage shows the woman walked into the store and began shouting at workers, accusing them of not replacing the sandwich with the correct one. She tried to confront the manager despite apparently receiving a refund before a 17-year-old female worker attempted to intervene. Then she was shoving the teenager into the fry station.
Oh, my gosh.
The teenager subsequently hit her head on the machinery and then onto the floor. The police launched an appeal to identify the woman following the incident, hoping to pursue assault charges.
Absolutely. Lock her up. She's nuts.
I mean, seriously, if you get that worked up over your breakfast, I mean, you really need to calm down. There's definitely something else going on there. We've got some good news coming up. Thanks for listening to The John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show. We always love to wrap things up with good news. Our good news comes your way courtesy of Odiva. It is a monthly subscription service for Ladies Monthly Visitor. It's kind of a cool thing. All the details online at facebook.com/John and Heidi Show or radiosavings.com. That's what I meant to say, but it's at both places. Both good. They both work. Here's the good news. When police officer stops to help a motorist, they end up saving a choking infant. I mean, this is such a cool story. First of all, my beautiful bride over here saved our son's life like 3 different times.
Yeah.
2 times on Werther's Originals.
Yes.
It's like, you'd think at this point he wouldn't eat those anymore. He's still a fan. So 2 poliese officers being
And I've
hailed.
saved our daughter twice. And my nephew Sam once.
That's right. Heidi is like, you're a hero. You should have a shirt that says,
Hero.
I am a hero. And I'm not talking about the sandwich. All right. 2 police officers being hailed as heroes after they stopped to check on a parked motorist ended up saving a choking 2-month-old baby in the process. Ryan Sitters and Alex Oaklander, hopefully I got them right, both from Shaker Heights, Ohio, driving through town earlier, I think it was last week actually. It says earlier this week, but it's Monday, so I bet this is from last week. They saw what they thought to be a disabled car. When they went to check it out, the driver, 26-year-old Tamika Pruitt, was in distress because her daughter was choking on her milk. And the young mother had this baby, which was a premature baby, had a birth defect that makes her have kind of a gag reflex and some issues. The body cam showed them saving the infant's life. They pulled her from the car seat, held her at the proper angle, patted her back, and freed the airway. All of this happened in just a matter of seconds. It is unbelievable to me how awesome that is.
I know. That's fantastic. I love it.
I'm so glad. And I really wish that these type of stories would make national news, because if...
Only the bad things.
And that's the thing that's really sad. If that same 2 police officers were involved in something negative, we'd all know their names.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
But, when they do something positive, we should all know their names for that, too. Let's shine the positive light on everybody, not just officers. Everybody does something good, we should all know them. And that's why we have our good news each day, to have that spot.
Absolutely.
We should have 4 different good news stories every day. We have a lot of dumb things that we talk about every day. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. If you ever come across good news that you think we need to share, our Facebook page is where you can do that. Facebook.com/John and Heidi Show.